So it was June 9th, a Sunday morning, 5 a.m., when the nurse came in and I had earplugs in. What? She's dead. And my mom was gone. And this was the mom that I remember when I was like 2 years old, and I had one of those Fisher-Price record players with the little Fisher-Price people. I didn't want to play the music. I wanted to put the people on it on low. And there she was, my mom, on the couch in this pink velour zip-up, house coat with one of those scarves in her hair and the horn-rimmed glasses. And she was just sort of like lounging on the couch, like she was the couch, right? And she would watch me. And I'd put it on low, and the people would wobble. And then I would put it on medium, and they'd wobble. And then I'd put it on high, and they'd fly. And I thought I was so funny. And she would just smile, and she would drink me in. She was so present. And now that I'm an adult, I could really see she was grounded, and she was sensual, and she was able to just savor every moment. And I loved being witnessed by her. And I loved that now in hindsight, she would take the time for the pleasure of her velour and her cup of coffee and watching her little daughter play. Fast forward, now she's dead. And the week after was my sister's wedding. And that's where I got pregnant. And I didn't even know it. And, I'm going to make this work. This was actually my second marriage. So, I knew it wasn't a walk in the park. So I was I'm going to take control mode. I'm going to do. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to push. I'm going to control. And as you can well imagine, I got really exhausted, really panicked, really afraid. Excuse me. And within about a year, that marriage was over. And I went into more panic, more control, and basically lost the house and hit rock bottom. And it wasn't until I looked in my son's eyes and I said, where is this woman of grace and power and joy and pleasure? These memories of my mother and how she had it at one time, but then she lost it. And she too tumbled down until she died early at 60. And so what I discovered in getting myself back up again is a real hidden pathway to pleasure, to confidence, to a life that works. And it was these feminine practices where pleasure was this vital link to our well-being, to our clarity and our intuition, to making good decisions. Like I was stressed out and not taking time for me, making horrible decisions, and I lost the house and I ended up divorced again as a single motherless mom. And so when I started to put in regular practices of what I call pleasure, taking time to go within. It could be just something as simple as going for a walk barefoot through the grass. It could be having a shaving cream fight with your kid. It could be a real delicious night of blindfolded feeding your partner chocolate. There's so many varieties of pleasure. When I only did pleasure after I hit rock bottom or after I got depleted, the pleasure didn't last for very long. And it was like a fix. I needed to eat the whole bag of chips. However, when I started to put pleasure in on a weekly basis, on a regular basis, all the flavors of pleasure that there are, just simply letting the sun, warm my cheeks and slowing down enough to enjoy it, just these simple pleasures, I started to become confident. I started to build this overflow of confidence so that when, challenges happen, which they always do, I could handle it. Challenges happened and I got a little bit, nervous or panicked about it. I could bring myself back to center. I could hear my inner truth. I could hear my intuition. I'd make a great decision in business, as a mother, dating, right? So what I've developed for you is one of the sexiest, most potent relationship tools for busy singles and busy couples. Because sometimes you've been in a relationship for a long time and the passion's gone. Or sometimes you've been single in a long time and you just don't even want to put the effort in to date. Well, when you use this relationship tool that I've developed, which is 52 weeks of pleasure practices, they are 1 to 2 minute audios. You can absolutely fit 1 to 2 minutes in, excuse me, every week. But you can also take that practice longer, 5 minutes, 10 minutes if you want, half a day if you want. But the idea is to do it regularly, listening to my velvety, sexy voice who believes in you, who's walked the path with you, and who knows that this works. I'm a master now. I have clients all over the world. I've coached Lisa Gibbons through Dancing with the Stars. I've interviewed Whoopi Goldberg. I have clients on Skype in Germany and in New York and all over, and I create results in people's lives. I get them to that place where they can hear their truth, where they can live their truth, and they can do it with ease and joy and deliciousness and glory. And so I want you to be willing to gift yourself with the dissolving of that adrenal fight or flight, gotta go overwhelm that potentially is running your life like it did mine. I want you to gift yourself with de-stressing on a regular basis. I want you to gift yourself with filling yourself up on a weekly basis with pleasure, whether you're single or in a couple, because it's going to translate into being more clear, into being more confident, into being more magnetic for a quality relationship and a quality partner. And I want you to gift yourself with this because it's going to amplify your sexy factor. Ooh, look out! I love the attention I get. I don't need it anymore because I'm full from the inside out. But I won't lie, I love it. And I also love to give it. I love to ripple this overflow of radiance in the world, because that's one of the gifts we women have for our lovers, for our girlfriends, our sisters, for our children, and for ourselves when we look in the mirror. So it's 52 weeks of pleasure practices. It's simple. I want you to give it to yourself. And if you're still a little unsure about who is this woman, I want you to just do the 7 days of heaven. I've created 7 little videos to give you a taste of what this pleasure could be like in your life. So either go for it all now or take your time. Either way, take action. Take action for you, because pleasure heals. Oh, how I love you. And I will talk to you soon.